Hello and welcome to the third installment in AI 360, where we try to take research level AI and summarize it at a high level for you. My name is Nihir, let's not delay any longer and let's get started. So first up, we have M6, or Alibaba announcing M6, which stands for Multi-Modality to Multi-Modality Multitask Mega Transformer, and it is the largest Chinese pre-trained multimodal language model, and also that is a hell of a lot of M's. It contains over 1.9 terabytes of images and 292 gigabytes of textual data that was collected from online sources such as online encyclopedias, Wikipedia for example, crawled web pages, and e-commerce stores such as Alibaba, obviously the lead authors on the paper. And its multitask capacity allows the massive 100 billion parameter model to perform many tasks over a wide variety of domains, including high quality text-to-image synthesis. OpenAI progressed with their work on investigating CLIP and show that CLIP actually has multimodal neurons. And what do I mean by this? Well, in humans, specific neurons in our brain get activated when certain people, popular people being one of them, are shown to us. And these neurons get activated regardless of whether this concept of a person is shown in a photograph, drawing, or a person's name. They give the example of Jennifer Aniston and Halle Berry. So we could see a picture of Halle Berry dressed in the Catwoman costume, or we could see a sketch of Halle Berry, and that's the similar neurons in our brain get activated. Now, this was a established piece of work from 2005, which was obviously looking at human neurons, not deep learning neurons. Whereas what OpenAI have shown, that CLIP acts similarly, that some of the same neurons are fired when we show two different styles of images for the same concept. And in their distill.pub article, which I highly recommend giving a read, they show an example of Spider-Man, one in the comic form when he's in his red and blue outfit, and another one of, like a fan-drawn manga style drawing of Spider-Man, and they show that the same neurons in CLIP get activated across these two different concepts. Or the same concepts rather, but across these two different modalities. Sorry for cutting this off, but Sergius Carr releases a Productionizing Deep Learning series. So, as we probably all know, resources for building ML systems is now quite commonplace, or rather getting started with machine learning. However, as ML becomes more widely adopted and, as we progress in our careers, we need to learn how to productionize these systems. So Reddit user Sergius Carr provides us with an end-to-end guide on productionizing deep learning models, and forgive the pun on that. But he takes us from the best practices on how we should write our code, all the way up to deploying a model with Kubernetes on GCP so that it can scale up to millions of users. Fourthly, PyTorch announced v1.8, which has new and updated APIs for fast Fourier transformations, linear algebra, based on the NumPy module obviously, and something that they're calling FX, which is a high-level API for module transformations. So, going from one linear layer to another linear layer, as far as I understand it anyway. As far as some other updates go, they also introduced improved distributed training paradigms and provide new tutorials for mobile models. Additionally, releasing benchmarking utilities aimed at measuring PyTorch's performance, and that's mainly for the contributors. The big thing in this release is support for ROCm AMD GPUs. So if you have a high-end AMD GPU, eventually you can get improved PyTorch training on top of that. Also, Facebook AI proposed SEER, and SEER is a self-supervised pre-trained computer vision model that contains over 1 billion parameters. It's attempting to be the computer vision version of BERT, the same way that BERT was meant to be a computer vision version of AlexNet. Here we go, full cycle. Anyway, this is trained on it's a self-supervised pre-training framework, as I mentioned, and it's trained on 1 billion unlabeled and uncurated Instagram images. Now, the community have been quick to point out and question the uncurated part, since Instagram mainly, presents square object-centric images. Anyway, SEER outperforms state-of-the-art state-of-the-art models on many downstream tasks, including, I forget what it is, give me a second. including low shot, object detection, image segmentation, and image classification. And the authors observed that self-supervised models are good few-shot learners, achieving 77.9% top 1 scores with access to only 10% of ImageNet. As for this week's recommended reads, well, first of all, we have the author presentation, which was done by Imperial's own Björn Schuller, where he presented his work on how to detect COVID-19 with computer audition. As for papers, Huawei released a paper called Transformer in Transformer, which is obviously a transformer-based architecture. It's a visual transformer that captures structural information from images. Self-supervised pre-training of visual features in the wild by Facebook AI Research. This is the SEER paper which I introduced earlier on in the penultimate slide. And finally, multimodal neurons in artificial neural networks. It's not actually a paper yet. This is either a blog post which you can read on OpenAI's website or the distill.pub article. Anyway, this has been it for me. Sorry for the light turning off, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.